Good afternoon, Spuds Country. Welcome to the Fargo International Youth Hockey Tournament 2024. I thought you liked it on the... We forgot that cameraman Mike likes having the computer on the left-hand side. Anyhow, today your Moorhead Spuds are set to take on the Blaine Bengals in Game 1 of the Fargo International. Warm-ups are complete. Pucks are picked up. Spuds head to the net. Blaine gathers around their bench. Let's see if I can get you a quick rundown as soon as the teams take to the ice. Starting in net for the Spuds, it's going to be number 33, Addie Andell. Up front will be number 7, Lauren Ness, and number 3, Molly Hockett. Centering him up will be number 4, Caitlin Shirley. Back on the blue line will be number 25, Isabel Oakes, and number 11, Celia Almendinger. Puck is down. We are underway, controlled by the Bengals right off the get-go. Schulthorpe down into the corner. Tries to center it up. It goes off the side of the net. She'll end up, Algren will end up with it. Spuds will kick it out to center. Picked up just inside of her own zone by Arndt. She'll have Hockett in her back pocket all the way back behind the net. Puck comes loose over to Sherlup. Schulthorpe. She brings it out to center on the far side, down into the Moorhead zone. Top of the slot, shot, turned away by Oakes. Puck comes over onto the near side boards. Held by Algren down in the corner. Now Pitson from the Bengals. Pushed away by Oakes. Into the near side corner. To be sent the other way by Pitson. Back behind the net, picked up by Oakes. Along the wall to Ness. She'll send it out to Shirley at center. Center backhands it down into the Bengals zone. Down into the far side corner. Allen gets pinched up against the wall by Hockett. Bengals come away with it. They bring it out to center. Right in on the far side will be Williams, or Pitson, excuse me. Off the boards, it turned out to center, Hockett. Bengals will have to reset. Taken at center by Holterhaus. Spuds are able to steal it away. Right at center ice, puck comes loose. Taken by Cutter. Brought in far side. She'll have it picked off her stick by Buxa. Over to the near side wall, Lindbergh. Back to Dufault. Dufault sends it ahead. It'll be turned right back the other direction by Reinhardt. Into the Moorhead zone. Hanukkah chips it out to center. Get back in. Dufault almost held it out. It was knocked down deep into the far side corner by Schwartz from the Bengals. Lindbergh, near side board, tries to clear, held in. Down into the corner. He turned over onto the side of the slot, picked up by Dufault. Down behind the net, over to Hanukkah, far side, out to center. To Lindbergh. Lindbergh dumps it in as soon as she crosses the center line. Will be taken by the Bengals on the near side of their own zone. Out through center, Holderhouse. Swenson. Steals it away, puck comes free. Tibetowski's able to get a handle on it. Sends it with a nice pass up to Swenson. Swenson gets a shot away, stick save by Verlerhaus. Rebound is sent through the crease onto the far side boards. Bengals clear it out. It's going to go the length of the ice and get called back on icing. 12:08 first period, no score. Emily Verhulst will be the goalie for the Bengals. Face-off will be her glove side. Lee wins the draw. Bengals are almost able to clear. Oaks is able to hold. Shot from the far side from Lee is kicked away. Rebound ends up back behind the net. Lee along the boards. Pitts and Lee. Lee tries to set it up. It goes off the back of the net. Chivotowski side. Shot. Comes out. Rebound gets turned out to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's going to set it down into the far side corner, looking all the way around onto the near side boards. Down in the corner, Pitson's going to come away with it. Sends it along the wall. Hendrickson is there to hold it. She'll send it back in. Now Lee. Picked up by Algren. Algren, Swenson, Pitson, and Lee all fight for it right in front of the Bengals bench. Swenson's able to come away with it. Sends it over to Chivotowski. Chivotowski can't get the shot away. Bengals clear it out to center. Allmendinger near side of her own zone. Out to Steen at center. Steen ahead to Chivotowski. Chivotowski over to Everett. Everett takes the shot that goes just wide on the far side of the net. Cleared out to center by the Bengals. Strand. Spuds reset. Johnson to Everett. We'll end up with Allen down behind the net. Along the near side boards, held in by Johnson. Johnson can't keep a handle on it. It'll be taken out by Schillup, but held in by Steve. Steve, side shot angle. Side of the slot shot. Glove save made by Verhulst. Moorhead is wearing their travel blacks with orange and white trim. Bengals are wearing their home white with the dark blue and white, dark blue and light blue. Spuds are skating right to left on your radio dials. Face-off is going to be club side of Verhulst this time. Turned in back behind the net. Gessler. Far side boards. Allmendinger sends it back behind the net. Bengals come away with it. They're able to clear it out to center. Johnson will pick it up right at the center line on the far side. She can't hang on to it. Puck comes free. Allmendinger dumps it back into the zone. Turned right back out. Handled it center ice by Shirley. Shirley 1-on-3, can't break through. Has it knocked off her stick, but is able to pick it up along the far side boards and dump it in behind the net. Hockett fights for it. Down in the corner, over to Shirley. Shirley looks for the shot, looks to wrap it around. She's going to bring it all the way out, drop it off for Hendrickson. Hendrickson takes it down and gives it to Ness in the corner. Ness, side of the net. Hockett with it now. Sends it off the side of the net. Bengals come away with it. They look to clear, held in by Dufault on the far side blue line. Down by the near side boards, Gessler. She's able to push it out to center. Shirley will pick it up there. Just inside of her own zone will be Dufault. Dufault takes a trip around her net. She sends it out to Hockett on the far side. Hockett flips it over, tries to dump it into the Blaine defensive zone, but ends up sending it into their bench. 9:02, nothing. Face-off will be at center. Shirley and Williams, Tori Williams from Blaine to face off. Shirley wins the draw. Blaine is going to control. Ness is going to knock it free. Down into the Blaine defensive zone. Puck will slide all the way over to the far side wall. Kicked out through center. No icing. It's going to go the length. Oaks is going to have to run it down and behind their own net. Oaks off the boards. Around over to Ness. Ness out to center. Shirley 1-on-1. One on nobody now. Shirley shot sends it wide to the net and behind. Over to the far side wall. Sent back down in by Allmendinger. Round on the near side board. Shirley and one of the Blaine skaters fight for it. Hockett shot off the top of the net. About a half an inch lower, and that would have been golden. Hockett behind the net, centers it out, sends it out. It's going to be picked off and kicked out to center. Taken there by Johnson. Johnson dumps it back down into the zone. It's going to be held up on the far side, right at the blue line by Steffens of the Bengals. Down into the Moorhead zone. Near side boards, Pitson. Takes a trip behind the net, has it stolen by Johnson. Lindgren comes away with it on the near side boards. Lindgren out to center. Takes it, dumps it into the corner. Spuds are going to have to give chase. Cutter, near side. Bengals are able to clear it out. Johnson at the red line. Bengals come away with it. Pitson sends it cross ice over to Buxa. Bengals dump it in the Moorhead zone. Turned right back out by Johnson. Will be picked up. Schulthorpe. Stand by for just a second. I need to turn the battery on. We should be golden. All right, where are we at? Johnson, cross ice. Of course, my phone starts ringing. We'll be back. Sorry about that. What call? Lee's shot turned away by Valderhus. Or Verhulst. Johnson crosses the blue line. Tries to steer it around one. Has it poked off her stick. Sent out to center. Schwark. It'll go all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Picked up by Steen and almost sent out to center. Handle far side, Jesh. Out through center, dumped into the Blaine zone by Everett. Everett off the boards. Strand. Steen kicked out center by the Bengals. Allmendinger. Spuds have to reset. Allmendinger at the red line. To Steen at the near side blue line. Bounced right back out to center. Allmendinger. Now Johnson. Over to the near side wall. Bengals are going to pick it up. Allmendinger across to Everett. Everett tries to dump it. It's turned back the other direction. Strand takes it in. Everett wasn't quite out. I'm not sure. Ref said they're offside, so we're going to go with what he said. 5 minutes exactly in the first period. Nothing. Hendrickson right at her own blue line. Tries to send it ahead. It's picked off by Pitson. Dufault picks it up behind her own net. She has it knocked away from her by Schulthorpe. Shot from the near side blue line down in. Is going to be knocked down in traffic. Flipped out to center by Hockett. Floats all the way down into the Blaine zone. It's going to get called back on icing, even though Shirley and Taylor Holterhaus were right there on it to play it. Face-off club side of Andal. Will be handled by the Spuds. Sent around to the near side and out to center. Shirley, 2-on-2, Shirley and Hockett. Shirley loses an edge, no call. Hendrickson near side. Hendrickson and Holterhaus fight for it along the boards. Shirley steps in to help. Pitson, now Hockett in. Pitson breaks it loose. Shirley couldn't get a handle on it. She was right in front of it. It'll end up with default on the far side. She'll send it around back in behind the net. Hockett down in the corner. Kicked out to center by the Bengals. Dumped into the Moorhead zone. Oakes is there to pick it up just as it enters. Default, far side to Ness. Turned right back out by the Bengals. Shirley dumps it into the corner. Spuds go for the change. Bengals go for the change. And along the near side boards, Schulstrup. She tries to send it out. It'll be turned in and into the corner by Oakes. Bumped up by Blaine. Almonding puts the brakes on, turns it around inside of her own zone. Tries to send it ahead to Hanukkah. Will be picked off by Buxa. Spuds are still able to break it into the zone. Hanukkah down in the corner. Buxa is there to pull it away. Thrown back down deep from Almonding. Now Schwartz back behind the net. Taken out the far side by Buxa. She'll have it knocked away by Oakes. Pushed into the corner from Allen. Stalled out behind the net, stolen away by the Spuds. Lindgren takes it the other direction, near side. Lindgren breaks into the zone, takes a shot, and the goal! Spuds strike first with 2:21 left in the first. Mouse keeps running away. Face off at center between Williams and Lee. It's going to be handled by Dufault. Now Johnson. Johnson tries to send it ahead to Tibitowski. It's going to be intercepted by Arndt. Johnson, right at the blue line, dumps it in behind the net. Takes off after it. It's going to be taken by Allen. Now Lee in the corner. Lee and Allen fight for it. Swenson comes in to help. Puck is knocked out. Sent back over to the wall by Steffens. Johnson, far side blue line. She tries to send it down deep. It'll be taken away by the Bengals and taken all the way out into the Moorhead end. Dufault behind her own net. Off the boards to Tibitowski. Tibitowski out to center. Tries to push it ahead, is sent back the other direction by the Bengals. Just as it enters the Moorhead zone, Johnson is there to turn it out. Swenson hard and fast off. Goes after it. She fights with Algren on the far side boards of the Bengals zone. Hendrickson now from center down into the near side corner. Puts the brakes on, looks to do something with it. She gets pinched up against the wall by Arndt. Puck gets sent back behind the net. Taken by Holterhaus. She tries to clear it out. Held in by Strand along the far side blue line. Bumped out to center by Schultrup. Carried back in by Strand, and the Spuds will be offside. 42 seconds to go, first period. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Steen and Schultrup. Not Schultrup. Schwartz. Schwartz into the Moorhead zone, one-on-one breakaway shot, sends it high over the net. Puck gets held up back behind and sent over to the far side wall. We have a penalty upcoming on the Spuds. It's on Everett. The power play, or penalty is on. Got distracted. I didn't see what the penalty was, so hopefully I'll have it here in just a second. So that puts Blaine on the power play with About 20 seconds left in the period. Sent from the point. Goes just wide of the net. Johnson off the boards, far side, held in. Sent all the way into the near side corner for 3 seconds. It'll be taken back behind the net, and that's how the first period is going to end. Everett was called for slashing. So Blaine will start the second with 1:34 to go on the power play. And they're going to do some ice cleaning, so we'll be back in, roughly 10, 15 minutes. We'll see you soon. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back, Spuds Country. We are here to start the second. Blaine starts the period on the power play. Everett slashing at the end of the first. Minute 33 left on their power play. Allmendinger dumps it deep, but from the wrong side of the center line, so that one's going to get called back on icing immediately. And we'll have a stoppage in play 7 seconds into the period. Face-off. Club side of Andal is going to be won by Shirley, but taken by Blaine. Schulthorpe. Up to Arndt at the point. Down low, back up to Arndt. Arndt shot, glove save. Covered up by Andal. Minute 13 left on the Spuds power kill, or penalty kill. Power kill. We had that happen over Christmas. Power kill for 2 weeks for some unfortunate people. Face-off near side, 4-4, Pitson and Shirley. Cross ice is going to be picked off from Ness. She's going to dump it into the near side corner and give chase. She'll lose an edge, slide all the way into the back wall. Shirley will go after it on the far side. Taken by Triplett. Out to center, Schulthorpe. She dumps it in, and the Bengals will end up offside. 51 seconds left on their power play. Face-off near side between Cutter and Pitson. It's going to be won by Cutter, handled by the Spuds. Johnson inside of her own zone. Tries to send it out. All the way ahead to Hocken. Hocken got the breakaway. Breakaway shot. Kick save made by Verhulst. Shot from the far side. Kick save again. Hawkins going to pick it up back behind the net. Tries to center it up. It's going to be turned out to center on the stick of Schulthorpe. She's going to steer around. Goes right in. Puts a shot on Andal. And Andal will just swallow it up. Face-off near side between Hanukkah and Schwark will end up along the near side wall. Kick down behind the Moorhead net. Sent out front, right through the crease, just wide of the net and over onto the far side wall. Bengals try to center it up. It slides all the way down into the slot onto the stick of Hanukkah. Now Kinsey Johnson back behind the net. As the penalty expires, Spuds back to full strength. Dufault out at center. The Cutter out at center, tried to call for it. It was a bad pass, went right past her. That one will get called back on icing. 13-17, second period. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff comes back down into the Spud zone on the glove side of Addie Andal. Cutter wins the draw. Oaks in the corner. Oaks around behind the net. Ahead to Hanukkah. Hanukkah out to center. Can't keep a handle on it. It'll be picked off by Arndt. Far side dumped into the Moorhead zone from Williams. Near side corner, Hendrickson. Ahead to Hanukkah. Thrown back down into the corner from Allen. Dufault. Or Cutter, not Dufault. Bengals try to center it up. Spuds are able to turn it out. Down into the slot, taken away by Lindberg. Lindberg takes it out to center, takes the shot. It's going to go wide behind the net, and Hanukkah will have it on the far side. Hanukkah up to Johnson. Johnson, top of the slot. And now the Spuds are going to be headed to the power play. Which will be number 28, Riley Steffens, the guilty party. Face-off glove side of Verhulst. It's going to be won by the Spuds, kicked out to center by Lee. Johnson has to go pick it up. Spuds have to reset. Tibetowski and Lee into the slot. Lee ends up with it. Lee tries to set it back up to the point and comes all the way out to center. Allmendinger's going to have to go get it in her own zone. She'll carry it around the back of her own net. Cross ice over to Johnson. Johnson near side, up and off the boards to Lee. Lee breaks it into the zone. Almost turned out by the Bengals. Johnson tried to hold it, bounced it out on her own, and then took it right back in. So the Spuds will end up offside. Riley Steffen's penalty was for hooking. Minute 24 left on the Spuds power play. Steen and Pitson far side. Spuds win the draw. They try to dump it in, held in by Steen. Right onto the stick of Arndt. Out to center. Flipped right back in. Spuds will once again be offside. Face off near side, Steen and Pitson. It's going to be won by Pitson. Back to Gessler. Stolen away by Steen. Steen near side, blue line. Brings it along the wall. Tries to set it behind the net. It was knocked down by the ref. Strand near side now. Into the corner, Steen. Around to Everett, far side. Everett has it stolen away by Gessler. Strand comes away with it. Tries to center it up to Steen. Shot. Rebound kicked away and back behind the net. Handled by the Bengals. They try to clear. Held in by Dufault. Her shot is going to be knocked down by the Bengals, and they're able to clear it out to center. Pitson. Near side crosses into the Moorhead zone. Loses the handle. Puck goes down in the near side corner where it's taken by Everett. Then Dufault out to center. Gessler at center. Brings it in the Moorhead zone. Puts a shot on Andel. Puck will be sent the length of the ice with 3 seconds remaining on the Spuds power play. Faceoff will come back down into the Moorhead zone on the gloves or on the club side of Addie Andel. Shirley and Schwartz squared off. Puck ends up back behind the Moorhead net. Bengals at full strength. Up to Allen at the point. Shot goes wide. Handled by Triplett along the far side wall. She sends it up to the blue line. Puck loose in the slot. Bengals hold on to it. Traffic steps in. Puck's bounced around. And is finally going to be settled down by Shirley along the near side board. She chips it out to center. Dumped right back into the Moorhead zone by Triplett. And they'll end up offside. .953. Face-off just outside the Moorhead end. Won by Shirley. Back to Allmendinger. Allmendinger tries to send it ahead. It was knocked free by Algren. Allmendinger has to pick it up behind her own net. Along the far side wall, out to Ness. Now Shirley. Shirley chips it ahead. It'll be taken by Gessler into the Moorhead zone. Ness sends it across to Hockett in the crease. Back down to Ness, out in front. Puck gets bounced all the way over to the far side boards and sent the length of the ice. Not sure why that one was icing. Everybody was still inside the Blaine zone. Allmendinger just got tripped. Shirley along the near side wall, fights for it. Gets pushed out to center to Hockett. Hockett 1-on-3, looks to drop it back. She'll have it knocked off her stick from Holderhaus. Will be held up along the near side wall. Allmendinger pushes it into the corner. Hockett comes away with it. Hockett tries to bring it around. She sends it back up to the point or up to the corner. But it's going to slide all the way out to center. Shirley picks it up inside of her own zone, sends it to Lindgren far side. She can't get a handle on it. Bump back out by Blaine. Down into the Moorhead zone, Pitson. Knocked free by Johnson. Off the wall from Shirley to Hockett. Back to Shirley. Shirley brings it in, takes a shot. Back handle of the stick save by Verholtz. The play will continue. Back behind the net, Hockett gets pinched up against the wall. Pitson comes away with it. Ahead to Jess. And out to Buxa near side. Johnson is there to knock it free. Back into the Blaine zone. Gessler out to center. Taken it by default, cross ice over to Lindgren. Spuds can't keep a handle on it. Pitson's going to take it away. Pitson from the blue line. Shot goes just wide of Andel. Hannica's going to go get it. Ahead to Johnson. Dangerous pass across ice over to Lindgren. Cutter sends it all the way down ice, and that one will get called back on icing. And Moorhead is going to have, not Moorhead. Moorhead's going to have the power play. Nope, yes, nope, yep, no. Let's try that. So Lindgren's going to the box for interference, and that'll put Blaine on their second power play of the game. With 7:28 to go here in the second. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be Hanica and Pitson. Lee and Pitson. Shot from the far side of the slot is going to be gloved by Andel. Face-off again will be Lee and Pitson. Nobody really won the draw. Bengals are going to control. Shot from the side is going to be kicked back behind by Andel. Heading off the near side boards. Out through center. It's going to slide all the way down into the Bengals zone. Swenson gives chase. Pitson. Ahead into the Moorhead zone. Shot will be blocked by Hendrickson. It'll slide all the way in onto Andel, who will cover it up. Minute 24 left on the penalty kill. Faceoff goes to the club side of Addie Andel between Brooke Steen and Anna Pitson. Steen wins the draw. Bengals control from the point. Shot. Stick save. Puck loose in the slot. Spuds are going to control. Steen out to center. 1-on-3. She's going to walk it in on the far side and push it down into the corner. It'll end up back behind the Bengals net. Kick back out to center. With the breakaway, Andel's going to come out and challenge and cover it up. Right in front of Gissler. So face-off will go to the far side of the Moorhead zone with 56 seconds left on the Bengals power play. Steen and Pitson again. Puck bounced up into the air. Strand is able to clear it out to center. Held by Art. Just inside of her own zone. She sends it ahead to Shorup. Shot, save, rebound. Turned down by Andel. Sent the length of the ice. No goal. The play will continue. Verholtz sends it ahead. Near side board knocked away by Steen. 25 seconds left on the penalty kill. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that because I have no idea how she made two saves like that. Strand has it knocked off her stick. Pitson behind the net. Off the board, sends it along to the far side. They look to set it up. Turned away by Strand and sent back over to Allmendinger. Turned back onto the wall by Johnson. From the crease, turned out to center by Allmendinger. Sent the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing as the penalty expires. 5:23, 1-0 Moorhead lead, second period. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead end. Shirley and Schwark will be the square-up match this time. Shirley wins the draw. Dufault in the corner, sends it around to the far side. Ness. Now Hockett. Puck slides out to center. Shirley gives chase. Picked up Buxa. She'll carry it in near side. Dufault is there to peel it away. Hockett out at center, sent it right in on Verhulst. So no icing. Face-off will go to the glove side of Verhulst in the Moorhead offensive zone. Shirley wins the draw. Dufault can't hold on to it. It slides out to center. Hendrickson goes after it. Hendrickson off the wall up to Hockett. Hockett pushes it ahead into the corner, and for some reason they're going to call that one back on icing. 5:41, face-off goes back down into the Moorhead end. One by Shirley. Dufault sends it around to Ness on the far side. Chipped out to center. Hockett will pick it up just at the blue line. She sends it ahead into the Blaine zone. Shirley goes over to fight for it. Right in front of the Moorhead bench. Turned out to center, Hockett. Hockett brings it in the zone, has it poked off her stick. Will get pushed over along the wall. Ness gets pinned up against the back wall. Arndt. Shirley comes away with it. Up to Hendrickson, far side. Shot goes just wide and into the corner. Now Dufault. Around to Ness behind. Out front, Shirley shot. Shirley shot, the goal. Shirley shot, kick save, Verholz. Shirley shot, kick save, Verholz. Shirley shot on the goal on her third attempt. Moorhead is up 2-0. Face-off is going to be Cutter and Gibson, controlled by the Bengals. Bounced around out at center. Cutter is finally able to settle it down. She'll take it into the Blaine zone. The loose stick gets sent over onto the back wall. Oaks will have it on the blue line. Bounced out to center. No icing. Allmendinger's definitely going to be able to play it. She'll let it slide, thinking it's going to get called on icing. She gets knocked down by Pitson. Just outside the Blaine zone. They turn back the other direction. Pitson at center. Takes it over to the far side zone. She's going to bring it in right there with 2-on-4. Shot is going to get blocked out in front. Turned over onto the far side wall. The Bengals will hold on to it. Oaks knocks it free. Behind the net, Dufault along the near side boards. Hanukkah is able to clear it out. Picked up at center. Schwark, she'll carry it into her own zone. They're heading off the wall. She can't hang on to it. It'll be Cutter who dumps it back down, or Lindgren who dumps it back into the zone. Bounced out to center, Buxa. Right onto the stick of Johnson. Johnson sends it back into the Blaine zone, turned out by Gessler. That one's going to get called back on icing. 2 minutes, 20 seconds, second period, 2-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff goes to the far side, club side of Emily Verhulst. Back behind the net, onto the near side corner. Swenson goes after it. Blaine comes away with a knocked free by Lee. Swenson, top of the slot. Backhand shovel shot, covered up by Verhulst. Two minutes, 3 ticks. Draw was won by Schwartz. Spuds are going to control. Lee, Tibitowski. Johnson across ice. Swenson. Chopped out to center by the Bengals. Tibitowski, Dufault gives chase. He's able to knock it free right onto the stick of Buxa, who tries for the shot that gets blocked by Johnson. Back behind the net, Dufault. She'll fight for it with Triplett. It'll come along the near side boards. Lee tries to send it out to center. She'll have to send along the middle, along the near side boards. Algren. Swenson now pushed into the Blaine zone. Swenson's going to give chase after it down behind the net. Swenson and Allen, far side. Now Strand. Behind the net, Allen. Blocked down by Steen. Oakes. Strand. Up to Hendrickson at the shot, at the point. Shot would have gone 5-hole. Would have been about a half a second sooner. Verhulst was able to drop on it. .2 seconds remaining in the second. Face off far side of the Blaine defensive zone. Spuds control. Oakes knocks it back behind the net. Picked up Gessler. Sent along the far side wall. Stolen away by Oakes. Oakes to Steen. Up to Strand. Strand shot right into the chest pad of Verhulst. She'll keep this game at 2-0. The ref is trying to clear the ice. Got stuck in the net, so we had to do it again. Pitson wins the draw right up to Oakes, who gets a shot. Stick save Verhulst. Along the near side boards. Buxa and Steen fight for it. Taken away by Pizza. She carries it into the zone, but there was already one Blaine skater in, so they're going to end up offside. 15.8 second period. Face-off will be just outside the Moorhead defensive end. Steen and Pitson to square up. Pitson's going to win the draw. Blaine is going to control. Knocked free by Steen. Shot knocked down by Hendrickson. Steen tries to clear. Will be taken by Gessler and sent into the far side corner. 2 seconds. Strand far side kicks it out to center, and that's how the second is going to end. So after 2 periods, your Moorhead Spuds are up 2-0. They cleaned the ice between the first and the second, so we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome to the goal horn that I forgot to turn off at the end of the last period. Shirley into the Blaine offensive or defensive zone. Along the near side boards, Ness. Back behind the net to Shirley. She'll send it off the far side wall up to Allmendinger. Shot, kick save made by Verhulst. Ness behind the net with the rebound, out front to Shirley, or out front to Hockett. Shot, puck is loose. Will end up along the far side wall. Hockett tries to send it down in. She'll have to go pick it up at the blue line. She'll dump it into the corner and back behind the net. Hockett. Pitson. Ref. Onto the wall. Hockett and Schertholp fight for it. Spuds are able to control. Shirley, Johnson, Ness, puck pushed out to center. It's going to slide all the way into the Moorhead end. It'll be picked up just inside by Ness. Ness over to Hockett. Breaks the zone on the near side. Knocked free by the Bengals. Cross ice over to Gessler. Out through center. Dufault will have to retrieve inside of her own zone. Cross ice over to Allmendinger. Allmendinger clears it out. No icing. It's going to go the length of the ice. It'll be handled behind her own net by Allen. Out to center. Hendrickson near side to Lindgren. Lindgren tries to chip it over to Hanukkah. It's going to be intercepted by Buxa. Spuds will control along the far side wall. Shot, kick save, Verhulst. Hanukkah back behind the net. Cutter, side angle, out front, shot, the goal! Lindgren with her second of the game puts the Spuds up 3-0. .12:59, third period. Spuds lead this contest by 3. Face-off at center is going to be controlled by the Bengals. Off the boards and all the way down into the Moorhead zone, Buxa. That one will get called back on icing. Glove side of the Bengals zone minder will be Lee and Pitson. Swenson. Up to Dufault. Back down to Swenson. Swenson shot. Gets knocked up into the air and comes all the way onto the near side wall. Hendrickson. Out to center. So carried out to center on the stick of Schroep. She looks for the shot. Takes the shot right into the glove of Addison Andell. Face-off will be on her glove side, near side of the Moorhead zone. Face-off is going to be won by the Bengals, controlled by the Bengals. Sent over into the far side corner. Swenson is there to send it out to the middle. Swenson gives chase. Pitson right is going to get there first. Swenson is in her back pocket. Puck is knocked loose. Pitson comes away with it. Pitson far side. Tries to send it ahead. It'll be touched by Schertholp as it breaks into the Moorhead zone. Oakes is there to knock it free. Allmendinger. Now Lee. Puck comes free. Allmendinger out to center. Held in on the far side. Allen. Out to center, Lee. Allmendinger bumps it ahead. Tibitowski gives chase. Jesh is going to get to it first. Cross ice over to the far side. It's going to be picked off by Steen. She sends it back behind the net. Taken by Allen. Off the far side board. Strand comes streaking across. She's able to turn it back into the corner. Steen up to Strand. Strand shot. Kick save Verholz. Puck loose. Turned over on the near side boards. Johnson now. Down to Steen in the corner. Steen gets pinned up against the board. She's able to hang on to it. Strand steps in to help and turns it into the corner. Allen. Pulled away by Johnson. Centering pass turned away by the Bengals. Taken out to center. Spuds are able to knock it loose. Strand off the boards. Knocked back the other direction by Williams. Down into the Blaine zone. Held near side Arndt. Arndt is going to lose an edge off the trip from Everett. That'll put Blaine on the power play. I definitely caught that one that time. That was definitely a tripping. That time I was looking right at the ref when he made it blatantly obvious. Shirley and Pitson, 4-4, far side of the Moorhead end. Shirley wins the draw, sends it into the corner. Dufault picks it up back behind her own net. Stolen away by the Bengals. Johnson flips it up and out to center. It's going to slide all the way down into the Bengals zone and get called back on icing. That'll leave them with 1 minute and 45 seconds on the penalty kill. Face off Shirley and Pitson. Shirley's going to win the draw. Spuds are going to come away with it. Hockett sends it out to center, all the way down in to the Blaine zone. Will be taken by Holterhaus, carried behind the net, sent out on the far side, off the stick of Buxa. Spuds turn it right back down in. Hockett, near side corner, up to Shirley. Shirley shot, save made Verholz. Puck was loose in the slot momentarily, but picked up onto the stick of Schulthrup. She takes it in, has it knocked away by Johnson. Behind the Moorhead net, Johnson. Now Shirley. Shirley near side. Out to center, 1:03 left on the penalty kill. Shirley has it knocked off her stick right in the near side faceoff circle. Bounce around at center, Pitson. Pitson brings it across over to Triplett. Into the Moorhead zone, picked free by Oakes. Now Ness. Ness tries to send it ahead to Shirley. It was intercepted from Algren. Back down to the Moorhead near side corner. Oakes behind the net. She's going to carry it right out on the far side. She's taking it by herself. She'll get steered around back behind the net. Into the near side corner. Still has a handle on it. 13 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Hendrickson near side now. Taken out by the Bengals. Held in near side. Ness. Chipped out to center. Spuds back at full strength. Allmendinger. To Ness, can't get a handle on it. Onto the near side boards. Spuds go for the change, one by one. Now Allmendinger just inside of her own zone. Off the boards to Hanukkah. Hanukkah off the boards into the corner. Taken behind her own net, Arndt. Held in far side blue line, Allmendinger. Hanukkah behind the net, 8:04 to go. Tries to send it out front. It'll be picked up by Buxa. Allmendinger. Now Hanukkah. Hanukkah shot. Bounces right into the glove of Verholst. She'll cover it up with 7:49 set third period. 3-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be glove side of Verholst between Pitson and Lee. Pushed into the center, into the slot to Tipitowski. Kicked right back over into the corner off the stick of Holterhaus. Bengals are able to clear it out to center. Swenson gives chase. She's able to knock it free from Pitson. She'll have to go after it back behind the net. Lee, far side. Handled by Schulthrop. Taken, knocked free by Almonding. Shot from the side was blocked right in front of Andel. Tibitowski now near side. Brings it in and onto the near side boards. To Swenson. Swenson shot. Glove save Verhulst. Picked off by Swenson as she tries to send it out. Swenson over to Tibitowski. Can't handle it. It comes all the way onto the near side boards. Held in by Dufault. Kicked out to center along the near side boards. Holterhaus. Tibitowski now. Brings it back in near side. Takes a shot. Kick save made. Verhulst. It's going to be sent out through center all the way down into the Moorhead zone. It'll be taken on the far side by Hendrickson. Across the Tibitowski near side. Tibitowski to Steen. Steen's shot goes just wide of the net. Strand comes streaking in to send it back down behind the net. Pitson. Out to center. It's going to float all the way into the Moorhead zone. Andel will bump it over to Dufault. Dufault off the wall to Hendrickson. Hendrickson out to center to Evert. She can't get a handle on it. It was just in front of her. He turned back the other direction by the Bengals. Down into the Moorhead zone. Oakes at the near side corner. Turns it around back behind the net to Johnson on the far side. Johnson tried to send it out. I don't know what she was going for. It was kicked right onto the stick of Schulthrop, who took the shot on Andel. Thankfully, she was looking at it and made the save. Oakes back behind the net. Shirley, far side shot, blocked down about 20 feet in front of Verhulst. Bengals send it out to center ice. All the way down into the Moorhead zone. Johnson gives chase. It's not going to get run down. That one's going to get stalled out right up along the back wall. 5:13, third period, 3-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff will be 4-4, Pitson and Shirley. Shirley wins the draw, kicks it over the near side boards, Ness. Ness tries to send it in the corner. Shirley comes in to help. Ness takes it back behind the net. Along the near side wall, backhand shot right into the glove of Verholtz. Faceoff will go to the glove side of Verholtz. Between Pitson and Shirley. Shirley wins the draw up to the Almendinger, the far side blue line. Almendinger can't hang on to it. It's going to be cleared out by the Bengals. Shirley, far side. Gets pinched up against the wall momentarily. She'll get a handle on it, but take a trip behind the net. Along the near side, top point, from the point, shot. Kick save Verholtz. Ness with the rebound, sends it behind the net. Taken far side. Thrown out to center by the Bengals. Far side, Schulthrop. Steers around Johnson. Takes a shot. Save made, Andel. Puck is knocked free by Shirley on the far side boards. Out to center, Almendinger. Goes the length of the ice, touched by Blaine Skater as she was jumping out of her own box. 4 minutes exactly to go, third period. Going the other direction, Holterhaus. Stolen away by the Spuds. Dufault across ice over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson tries to clear the zone. It'll be pushed down into the corner by Triplett. Dufault behind the net. Along the far side wall to Lindgren. Out to center, picked up by Triplett. Now Cutter. Near side, down into the corner, has it knocked off her stick from Allen. Bengals are able to clear once again. Lindgren near side. Lindgren looks for an outlet as she takes a trip behind the net. Hanukkah to Cutter. Cutter's able to send it behind the Blaine net. Allen Along the near side boards, Cutter. Now Schwark, shot, kick save Verholtz. Puck goes all the way around on the far side wall, gets turned around to the near side, off the stick of Dufault. Down in the near side quarter, Schwark sends it around to the far side. Back down into the corner from Dufault. Pinched up there by Strand and Arndt. Schwark will come away with it. Bumped out to center from Triplett. Picked up by Oakes. Oakes across over to Dufault, who will dump it in right on to Verholtz. Puck is going to get sent the length of the ice. Picked up in the Moorhead zone. Right inside the near side faceoff circle will be Allmendinger. Out to Tibetowski. She tries to dump it. It'll be kicked back out to center. Near side Schulthrup. Taken away, Oakes. Oakes turns it out to center. Swenson. Swenson, Tibetowski, 2 on 3. Swenson has to dump it in behind the net. Along the far side, Gessler. She'll get pinched up against the boards from Lee, but not before it gets turned out to center. Spuds, they're able to dump it back in, go for the change on the forwards. Minute 32 left. Steen steps up to challenge. Gessler steers around her. Down into the Moorhead zones, taken away by Johnson. Or Cutter, Johnson. Johnson Strand out to center, stolen off Strand, stick from Pitson. Back into the Moorhead zone, Allmendinger. Allmendinger, Everett. Everett at center. Puck gets brought over to the near side board to Johnson. Johnson takes it into the zone. Has it knocked free, 55 seconds. Puck goes the length of the ice, no icing. Hendrickson near side of her own zone, out to center. Her far deep ice pass was intercepted by Arndt. Puck gets sent all the way down into the Moorhead zone and called back on icing. 40.0 seconds left, 3-0 Moorhead lead. Final 40 ticks, face off far side. Down around in the corner. Sorry about the camera. Of course, it decides to go crabby at the last possible second. Puck back behind the net. 26 seconds. Along the near side boards, out to center, shot, kick save, Verholtz. Held up along the far side wall, handled by Shirley. Shirley shot, goes high over the net. Bounced out to center. Camera broke at the final seconds. Dufault along the far side wall to Shirley. Shirley with another shot that goes right into the chest pads of Verholtz as time expires. So that's how this one is going to end. The Spuds are going to take it by a final of 3-0. Tomorrow morning, they will be in action against Elk River. I believe I'm going to have to check that. I don't remember for sure. Edina White, I'm told. My statistician is telling me Edina White. And that game will be at 9:45 tomorrow. So for game one from Fargo International, I want to thank you all for watching. And for I guess it's going to be 9:30, not 9:45. We'll go with it. 9:30, 9:45. Just hit that subscribe and notify button. That way you'll know when we go live. And we'll see you again in the morning. For my camera operator, Mike Hansen, I'm Seth. We'll see you tomorrow.